Prior to 2000, the Arizona legislature had control of redistricting for the state. Because of the extreme gerrymandering that favored Republicans, the Arizona citizenry voted and passed Proposition 106, which established the Arizona Independent Redistricting Commission. The AIRC is a third party entity that is in control of redistricting within the state of Arizona so that the redistricting wouldn't be so susceptible to gerrymandering along party lines. Now, after the 2010 census, the Republican led Arizona legislature decided to sue the state of Arizona, and specifically the AIRC, in order to gain back control of redistricting for the state. This lawsuit went all the way up to the Supreme Court, the same Justice Roberts Supreme Court that gutted the Voting Rights Act, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the citizens of Arizona and the AARC. So till this day, this entity exists. And in part because of the existence of the AARC, Arizona now has Democrat representation when it comes to statewide elections. So they have 2 Democrats for senators and a Democratic governor. Now, while it's understandable that everyone is petrified over what the Supreme Court just did to the rest of the Voting Rights Act, I think it's important for us to keep in mind that we have copious amounts of evidence and examples in our recent history that show us exactly how to combat gerrymandering. And not just to prevent the gerrymandering from Republicans, but to prevent gerrymandering as a whole, because disenfranchisement is disenfranchisement regardless of which party is doing it. And if each state had an independent entity that was doing the redistricting, not along party lines, but along the makeup and demographic of the population of the state, we would have some states that are primarily led by Republicans, but we would also have a lot of states that were primarily represented by Democrats, and who knows, maybe even some of those dirty little third-party politicians, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I think in panic, a lot of people are going to try to reinvent a wheel and retread paths that have already been laid that lead to nowhere. And we know that they lead to nowhere because we are currently living in the nowhere of that path. Now, the starting line for that battle can look different state to state. Not every state allows for the citizenry to just vote directly for a proposition. A lot of states require citizens to lobby or court a legislation representative to put the proposition up for them on their behalf. But either way, these are things that can be done. And I feel like the citizens of Arizona showed us one way to skin this fucking cat. And we should probably start following their lead.